Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. So Ben Shalom has come out and given his side of the argument regarding the whole Frazer Clarke being pulled out of the purse bids for the Fabio Wardley British title fight. And I'll go into this in a bit of detail, but let me from the off say that the crux of this seems to be that Ben Shalom and 258 management were not on the same page when it came to this particular fight and how it should be achieved. What does that mean? It's because Shalom is saying Ben needs more, Frazer needs more time. He needs a 10-rounder, he needs 8-rounders. You know, he hasn't got the rounds under his belt. Everybody knows that you need rounds under your belt in order to fight championship distance, which is a fair comment, but that begs the question, why did 258 management lobby for the fight and get, you know, the board to mandate it? Well, you can't get away from that question. That clearly there's a division or a difference of opinion, shall we say, between 258 management and which presumably consulted with Frazer Clarke and Ben Shalom, who's the promoter and is obligated to consider the deal he has with his broadcaster. Because what Ben is saying is, well, we needed more time. We were never going to go down the purse bids route. We were prepared to negotiate things, and you assume that when he says negotiate things, what he means is we wanted to have a couple of fights in between. We want the fight, but just not yet, because Frazer doesn't have enough experience. What he seemed to be saying, without actually saying it, was, I was never interested in the purse bid, so I was never interested in this fight happening next, which contradicts, again, what Frazer himself has said and what 258 management have, who presumably, I mean, I don't know for certain, they will consider what Frazer wants because they're his management team, and they will pursue what he requests. Ben is of a different opinion, and if Ben wants the fight but further down the line, okay, I get it. I get that Frazer probably does need more rounds, although Wardley himself, I mean, he is more experienced as a professional. He has fought, you know, he's won the British title. He beat Nathan Gorman. He won another couple. Molina he beat, although Molina always turns up for the paycheck and not much else. But, you know, yeah, clearly the quality of Frazer's opposition and the amount of rounds he's done is pretty abysmal. And the only person with a pulse he fought was Kamil Sokolovsky, who took him the distance. So yeah, more experience is needed, but there's no doubt that you can't escape. This is an embarrassing moment for Ben, for Frazer, and for Sky, because if the management team and the promoter are at loggerheads, or aren't, it kind of implies they're not even speaking to each other. There has to have been some sort of either a criminal lack of communication or an absolute division between the two factions. And that's a real show. That's really concerning for Frazer Clarke. Ben was on, the interview we gave was with Boxing News, you know, the trade paper. They've got a YouTube channel. And he was saying that he was saying that Fabio Wardley was offered for one fight more than he's ever earned before. Fabio said, no, it was a multi-fight deal. Ben is saying absolutely untrue. I don't know who's been talking to Fabio, but that's not true. It was for one fight. He also says that Frazer will earn a ton more money this year alone than he would have done from the purse bid. So it seems to me that the bottom line is, I mean, go and watch the video if you like, you know, and pick the bones out of it like I've done. But it seems to me like Ben and Sky, and I think Ben would be on Sky's side because they're his broadcaster, they are in one corner and 258 management are in the other, and they're gonna have to sort something out seriously, because the only person long term who's going to suffer from this sort of situation is Frazer Clarke. So disappointing stuff. And Ben tried to sort of put a veneer on it, and he says, you know, we genuinely care about our fighter. I'm obligated to do the best for my fighter, blah blah blah. And he was very sort of at arm's length with 258, saying, I'm not criticising anyone. But ultimately, you're admitting that there is a difference of opinion regarding how Frazer's career should be pushed forward. And Frazer, of course, is no spring chicken. You know, he's in his 30s now. And Ben was saying this would be the quickest, fast-tracked British title fight in the history of the sport if we pushed Frazer right now into a British title fight. Okay, maybe so, but I thought Frazer was going to be fast-tracked anyway. The age he is, Olympic bronze medalist, the experience he's got. I don't know. I would like to see an interview with Frazer Clarke, see what he's got to say about the matter, because it all seems a little bit farcical, as it did initially. And of course, it's food and fodder for the likes of Eddie Hearn, and Fabio Wardley, who Fabio looked more perplexed and bemused than anything. Eddie sort of went in on Shalom and Sky, but promoter insulting another promoter, who would have believed it? Anyway, leave your thoughts below. Thanks for your time as always. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the subscribe button. Takes a second. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Hit the like button as well. Go on, it helps us out as well. Nice to speak to you as always. We will speak again soon. Bye for now.